What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. In this video I want to show you one of the ways you can farm the War Mantis Gauntlets. This blue piece of gear is some of the best armor for the crucible if you're a hunter because it rolls with mobility, resilience, and or recovery. You notice that only those three stats are what roll here, and I'm sure that's not intended, but as it stands, this piece of gear is some of the best in terms of speccing out your stats in crucible. You want to have one that has mobility and recovery as the main focus. The roll I have here is not exactly perfect, but it's still pretty good. Having high mobility is great. That's going to give you a much faster base speed increase, and also too it governs how quickly you get back your class ability. Right now I get my class ability back every 13 seconds. That can be as low as 9, I believe, if you have it up to 100. Your recovery is just as important. This is going to give you increased survivability by governing how quickly you get back your lost health. So if you have these two things maxed out, you're going to be really tough to bring down in PvP. Now, as a random drop, you can get this a variety of ways. I've seen this drop at the end of Crucible matches, strikes, etc. But it's very few and far in between, and to be honest, if you're like me, you just dismantle blues, you may have gotten rid of this before. I have had some success with the Dawning, with giving baked goods to the different vendors. Now, I've had success with 801, and in this video I'm going to try the Drifter because I had a lot of materials for that. So you want to make sure that you have your oven, and ideally this is masterwork. That's going to lessen the amount of materials you need when it comes to the Dawning Essence. But to bake these goods, you're going to need to have ether cane, balanced flavors, and essence of the Dawning. Ether cane coming from fallen enemies, balanced flavors coming from pulse rifle, bow, or scout rifle kills. And then with the Drifter, this is a bit easier to get. You need Taken Butter and Null Taste. Null Taste comes from void weapon kills. Taken Butter comes from beating up on taken enemies. You can easily farm that in the Whisper mission. So I'm going to go ahead here. I have a lot of these dark chocolate motes cooked. This is also a public service announcement. You want to make sure that before the Dawning ends, you are fully using all of your different resources here. Make all these baked goods, get the triumphs done, and ideally you'll get some of these awesome stat rolls on the War Mantis if you're going for that. So I'm going to go ahead here and turn a bunch of these things in. Hopefully I get at least one pair. I've gotten quite a few of these. I haven't gotten the exact perfect one yet, but I found this to be one of the best ways of getting these War Mantis. So I'm going to turn this in right now and hopefully get something good. The nice thing too is you'll get the gift in return every now and again as well. That's going to come in handy at the end of this event. You can turn all those in and get some really cool things from it too. So I got one set of War Mantises right there. That's great. I'd like to get another set. Let's see if we can get another pair here. I'm going to turn all these in. And then at the very end of the event, I'm going to turn all those gifts of return in and hopefully get a lot of cool mats from that too. So like I said, I've had success with 801 too. I imagine that this can be the case for all the different vendors. But make sure that no matter what, you're using up all those materials before the end of it. So I got two sets of gauntlets here. Maybe one of those is really good. Again, this set of armor is amazing. So I want to have one that has high recovery. This one's terrible. Having high resilience is not going to help me. This one is pretty awesome. Having plus 34 mobility is pretty amazing. I would love to see the resilience and the recovery swap there a little bit. But you can imagine, though, if I throw these on, I'm going to have high mobility no matter what. Pretty much I have this thing nearly maxed out. If I masterwork any of these pieces of gear, that's going to bump this up to 100, and I'll be running around faster than a sparrow. Now, there is one downside to this. As a blue piece of gear, you cannot put another set of armor mods on here. You can only put one on. But imagine, though, if this was void, I could throw on enhanced hand cannon loader. You really want to be looking for a void for this, in my opinion. But the only other downside to that is, as a blue piece of gear, you're not going to be able to use an exotic for this slot. But no doubt about it, guys, this is one of the best ways of getting the War Mantis Gauntlets. Make sure you're farming all those materials. Really easy to get these. I have a couple of the 801 material right now. I'm going to go ahead and give her these. Maybe get another set here on stream. But as you can tell, this is one of the better ways of getting these gauntlets. If you're a Warlock or a Titan and there's a similar piece of gear, I don't know about it yet, but if there is, let me know and I'll make sure we pin that in the comments so that those guys can spec out their build too. Let's turn these in really quick. Maybe we'll get lucky here and get one more. Oh, darn it. So we got the Mythos Hack. So again, you're not going to get them every single time. But this is going to be one of the better ways of getting those. Make sure you turn in your mats. If it was helpful, guys, hit the like button. Even better, subscribe. Thank you so much for watching. Best of luck getting your War Mantis. Best of luck speccing out your character. And I will see you guys soon. See ya.